Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Work Right Planner. This is the video where I share all of the steps of my budgeting journey and debt payoff in hopes that maybe I can help somebody out there who might be struggling with their own. I am low income. You see what I've got to take home is less than what some people stuff in their cash envelopes, but there are ways to make your budget stretch, and I hope to share those with you guys along the way. If you like that sort of comment, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and let me know in a comment below what area of budgeting is your most difficult. And thank you to all of the people who have recently subscribed. I appreciate you so much. You really made my day. Anyway, so today we are going to close out the September budget. I'm not even going to lie to y'all, September was a bad month. When it comes to budgeting, you make your plan, you do your best to stick to the plan, but sometimes life throws you curveballs, sometimes you misbehave, and it happens. So we're just going to take what we learned here and make some adjustments. So let's get in this. Now, this is the plan that we had through the month. And for job one, surprise, surprise, my income was the $1,524.44 that we had planned on, which means that there was nothing as a difference. I am salary in that job. Occasionally I can get overtime, but it's rare. And then in my second job, I had some time off, but I did find some ways to make up some hours, so it ended up not being as bad as I expected it to be. So it came in at $292.29. With my side hustle, I did make an Etsy sale right at the end of the month, but that money won't come in until October. And what money did come in during the month from KDP was not enough to cover my expenses for the month. So there was no money to contribute to my budget from that. So that's the zero. And I had no surprise money come in this month. So that's zero as well. So let's break out our handy dandy calculator over here. 292.29 minus 300 that we had budgeted means that we brought in less money than anticipated. So that's actually going to be a negative up here of $7.71. So already we're starting off bad, but that's okay. Given the quarantine and all, it was expected. So total monthly income of $1,816.73. Now, to make this go a little quicker, what I thought was I will go ahead and fill these in and then we'll come back and talk about them. So here we go. Okay, so I've got everything filled in. And as you can see, there is a lot more red, and the final number is red than I really, really like. So the sinking funds, we spent a lot this month. But the good news about the sinking funds is they're all in a bank account together. So if we overspend in a category, there's still the other balance there to offset this overspending that we've done here. And there is money from previous months covering that. So this one, I'm not overly worried about because I expect that one to be in the red sometimes. The cash envelopes, y'all, I, like, in all seriousness, I cheated some and used the bank account to eat out. And it bit me. It bit me bad. Like I've told you before that eating out was my downfall. I spent $133 extra just in the eating out category this month. And it largely came from, I was just exhausted, y'all. I work 13-hour days, 4 days of a week, still work on Friday, keep the grandchild on Friday, and then I have to squeeze everything else into the weekend because between the two jobs, I only have about 5 hours a day that I can do anything, and that includes getting this stuff done. So, yeah, I got tired and started stopping to eat out instead of making dinner. I had been doing crock pot meals, but since they sent me back to the office, it's just I have 3 hours in the morning to get my morning routine done, handle the household chores, and get ready for work. Okay? Any budgeting that I need to do is done at that time. Filming that I need to do is done at that time in 3 hours. And I just wasn't getting dinner put on. I would forget to lay stuff out. And then once I get home, I have about 2 hours to wrap up the day's chores, feed everybody dinner, and, get ready for bed. It's just, it wasn't happening. So, to try to offset that, the game plan for next month is going to be to brown bag lunch on the days that I have to go to the office. And we're going to set Monday through Thursday, which are my days when I'm gone for, 13 or so hours. We're going to set those as permanently being sandwiches and leftovers or frozen dinners until something gives. Either I can get a raise or I can find a different job that gives me the income of both jobs, so that I can not have to work such a crazy schedule, because I have some health issues aside from the crazy schedule, and some deficiencies that have happened, and I can't keep up with it. So that is where the bulk of that came from, was the eating out. I really, really did poorly in eating out, and I only budgeted $50 to go into the gas envelope because I had so much left over last month. So I spent more than $50, but that's all I put in it. So that's the other reason why that looks so bad. So even though it's red and it looks bad on this piece of paper, I actually use my gas envelope like it's a sinking fund. So that money never comes out of it. It just rolls from month to month to month. So this looks bad, but there was money there to cover it because I overspent by $105 in gas money alone. And there was actually the $105 still in the gas envelope before I put the 50 in. So, it looks bad, but it wasn't necessarily bad. We're not hurting or anything. My electric bill has gone up. I don't know if anyone has noticed the inflation that's happening right now, but I handle this a little bit differently than most people. I don't try to guesstimate what my bill is going to be this month. What I do is take a yearly average, and that yearly average is what I set back every month for the electric and the natural gas. So, normally these will offset each other and I don't have to worry about it so much, but this has been an alarming trend lately where the electric is just way outweighing what I'm setting back for the natural gas. So I am a little bit concerned that I'm going to have to bump that number up, just because I think inflation is hitting and it's going to hit hard. But I'm trying to monitor that. Right now, my yearly average still has it covered, because that's another thing that's treated kind of like a sinking fund and rolls from month to month. So right now it's okay, and what I have in each one of those funds still covers everything, but this consistent red has me very concerned. The rest of it I did pretty well with. All of these are what they are, they don't change. But this one here, the actual minimum payment on this is $25 is what I've agreed to pay them. So this included the $50 worth of debt snowball. And I think next month I'm going to show that a little bit differently because that's confusing for that to be so much less. It looks like I didn't make my full payment when in fact I made my payment plus $21. But yeah, that looks terrible. But just to give you an idea, that means that for this month, the entire budget was negative $176.32 between what we were short in income and what we overspent in expenses. So September was a bad month. But we will make adjustments for October, and tomorrow is another day. So, okay. Just to give you an idea of how the month played out, I do already have this filled in. Like I said, I use my accounts like sinking funds, all of my accounts. So these check marks are where I've added the numbers in, but this is where I've had to make adjustments throughout the month because this paycheck was a lot less than I expected. This one was a bit more. You know, that's just how you do during the month. If you all are interested in seeing my process for how to decide what to do, let me know in the comments and I will try to start filming that as I'm doing it. But, okay, let's flip around here. Variable income. I did have a higher amount on the September 10th paycheck, so I put that money toward the joint miscellaneous, which is why the sinking funds went up. And then at the end of the month, when I realized no extra money was coming in and we were over, my fiance and I decided that we would just move money from a different fund that we had and cover these because you can't really do without grocery money, and we don't want that to be negative at all. So we put that money back. So we will be starting in October with nothing except for whatever ended the month as negative. That's how I come up with what's going to go on here, is whatever ended the month negative that carries over, I will list here so that the variable income can cover that before we put it to debt snowball, or before I put it to debt snowball, because it's not our money that normally goes here. Okay, so sinking funds. Right now we have our Amazon Prime got $11 added to it. I have not spent anything on that. I don't remember when this comes due, but I'm sure they'll send me an email. It's probably somewhere around my birthday or the start of the year. But that gives us $99. That means it should be coming due any time. But, let's see. I bet it comes due in December. Okay, anyway, so for birthdays, I actually did not pull any money from here for the birthdays. The birthdays that we actually provided gifts and cards for, my fiance took care of that this time. So this balance is still $75.62. Car repairs, I did not pay this, but you will see something in October because I had to drive 40 minutes away for a meeting and took my personal car because I like my heated seats and I like my radio. So, and I'm just more comfortable driving my car than a state car. But anyway, I had to go to a meeting like 40 minutes away, and right as I got to the exit to get off of the what is now an interstate to go to this meeting, my tire pressure gauge kicked on. And as it turns out, they aired up my tire, because the facility that I had to be at had that capability. So they aired up my tire. I drove it the 40 minutes home after the meeting, and my wonderful fiance took it to have it looked at. Y'all, it had multiple holes in the tire. I don't know how it happened. They're doing construction around my second job, and that's all I can think is that I ran over something in the parking lot, and I'm there 4 days a week. So, but there were 4 tiny holes all the way through this tire, and yeah, it's a miracle I made it home. Like, you're driving interstate speed on a tire with multiple holes in it. Y'all, it's just praise Jesus, I made it home. But I have to pull some money from there. I am considering selling my car. I don't necessarily want to because, like I said, I love my car and I've worked very hard to get it, but I have my federal student loans coming due in February. I'll make a video, I think, about the student loans to kind of give you an idea of where all that's coming from. But I mean, you just saw how my budget looks. And that would be another $160 a month, roughly. And I don't have it. I just don't have it, Anyway, okay, so Christmas. We have put $81 into the Christmas budget. And that gives us $909.59. So the goal is to have $1,000 by Black Friday. And I think at this rate, we're going to have that. In fact, we might pass it. So I'm excited about that. We probably won't get to do everything that I want to do, but, we will be on target. So that is great news. Now, I did not have to spend anything out of the cocoa money. I won't be adding to that. I think I'm going to check into whether or not my flexible spending card will cover it. I haven't had a chance to do that. Actually, I did check into that, and they want a prescription from my doctor, and I haven't had time to contact my doctor to get the prescription. So, for those who don't know, this cocoa fund is actually my protein that I have to have because I'm a bariatric patient. So, yeah, I'm hoping that I can get that out of my flexible spending account, and then that expense becomes pre-tax. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Okay, the Sam's membership, I have put in $3.75 this time. So we have $33.75, $3.75. I have not paid anything out. That brings me to $37.50. Supplements, I actually zeroed this one out, which makes me sad. But maybe I will be able to find the money to put money back in that because I am definitely going to need some supplements. We will just have to see. Okay, taxes and tags. $15. And I have not had to spend anything out of this yet. These will come due in December. So, I've got all these expenses that happen in December plus Christmas. So it is a hectic month. But we've got $146.16 plus 15, $161.16. Well, we're taking out $46.88. That's easy enough. We've got 11. I have added $111.56. That is a trend that I like. I love for my positive number to be more than my negative. And our ending balances, I'm going to add this column. $2,670.23. So what I'm going to do now, I've added all these, I'm going to do the math across to make sure it matches. $2,670.23. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I love this calculator because normally I would do that before I wrote this down, but you can see that adding the whole column and doing the math across comes out to be the same number, so you know it's right. Love that. On other calculators you can't see all that stuff, and sometimes you have to do the math all again. Okay, so yeah, if this tells you how September went, I didn't even get to write down my debt snowball stuff. I'll have to make a video about that later. But I did go ahead and carry all of these over and fill this one in. I figured I would just talk to you all about that instead of making you sit through it all. I did not get enough income this month to make a dent in any of these, so I carried them forward. This month, as far as my side hustle investment, I had the Canva, the HP Instant Ink, and I bought digital papers. That all came out to be $31.23. I did have my first Amazon KDP sale. In case anyone's interested in that, for bariatric patients like me, I have created a notebook. I actually created this for myself, and Amazon printed it. But it's just to track your food and your multivitamin, calcium, protein, your exercise, water. It gives you 3 months worth of stuff. And if I can find one, let's see. It gives you your month results and a place to set new goals all the way through it. So I'm actually using this myself, but I made my first sale on it, and it was an overseas sale, so it had extra fees. So that's all I got out of it. But completely passive, y'all. I made it, I uploaded it, someone bought it, Amazon binds it and sends it out. It's wonderful. I will try to find a link to that and put it in the description box below in case anybody wants one. But I did make the first sale, so yay! And that brought the total monthly for September to $29.08, which is a lot better than any of the 3-figure stuff up there. So it's slowing down. I did have money come in last month. I had money come in this month. And right at the end of the month, I made a sale on Etsy, which thank you so much for the person that bought for me. And that money will show up in October. So, you know, we've already got money coming in for October. It's not much, but it is a start, and that is exciting. Anyway, so that is it for the month of September. I'm sorry that it's a little bit disappointing, you guys, but October will hopefully be a better month. And I'm sorry about shaking the camera. I have it propped on the table this time to try to get a better angle because the angle of the video bothered me. But let me know if you like this better, and I will see you all when I come back to show you October.